Hey everybody, welcome back. Spelunky 2. Can you believe that not only did I get to a new level recently, World 7, but I also did it again on stream later that day. If you haven't seen the stream, that would be November 4th's stream, 2020, by the way. I would caution you. We don't necessarily talk about Spelunky the whole time. Any Wednesday show with Robert, we get into the mix a little bit from time to time. But, you know, we didn't have an amazing run yesterday, I think. But, you know, 2 days ago, which is actually, like, I recorded it yesterday. How could a video that came out 2 days ago be recorded yesterday? Because 2 days ago for you is like 5 days from now for me. So my yesterday and your 2 days ago are not at an absolute distance from one another. Try to keep up, sweetheart. Anyway, I don't know why. That's just it's just condescending, and I apologize. You're gonna fall on the spikes. Now you are not gonna fall on the spikes. I'm feeling good, dude. I'm honestly feeling good about my Spelunky play lately. I told you it would pay dividends when we started playing a little bit more conservatively. Maybe it wouldn't be manifested right away. But here we are with those dividends being paid. This is a rough one. We want the cape. I honestly think the best first buy is the spring shoes. We'll try to leave that enemy alive as maybe a bouncer for us a little bit later. Ooh. Yo, this is mighty interesting. This is a curious floor. I do think the spike shoes for me tend to be better than the spring shoes, for the record. I'm just also like, you know what? I think we just use some ropes here. You know, you gotta play your cards right. I think taking the spring shoes first gives us a better chance to eventually maybe save a couple of ropes. And if we're going back up there anyway, that seems sensible to me. Let's go. Now this was a little spiced. Didn't even see that spider, dude. Skeleton key's pretty fun. That's a fun item. We have fun with that item. 4,400, we should not be able to purchase these yet. Of course, like, the number one thing is, like, if I could purchase the cape. The other thing is, as much as I laugh at this from time to time, I do also have to acknowledge, you don't need a cape if you go to Volcana. I know you're like, now he's getting it. Well, I'd rather just buy the jetpack in general, but it is true that if you're going to Volcana, you do not need a cape. Now, I would love to get up there and sacrifice. We don't have a ton of time. At least this is Turkey floor. I don't believe that it's also Ujat floor. Truth be told, wait, isn't that second Turkey like super close? I think now, yeah, the favor from the turkeys does not interest me as much as either the HP or Yang's reward does. So I think we'll do this. And it's a little messy. This is probably going to be the end of the floor for us, which is fine. It's not the end of the run. It's just the end of the floor. I just realized we do have to rope up, unfortunately, to make it happen, but it should be worth it. Oh, dude, we have so little time. Which I know I saw coming. But in some ways, I was like, you know, 30 seconds, that's a lot of time. And then I was like, what, 20 seconds? How did that happen? Okay, so here's the deal. I guess we could have just broken into Yang's vault, but that's not the way I want business done to me, so that's not the way I choose to do business. This is probably how we die, huh? All right. You know what? I blame myself. Well, there's nobody else to blame. But we just took too long. It was a good floor. We could work on our speed. We could work on our prioritization a little bit. I would say on that floor in the future. we would probably suggest maybe either you deposit the turkeys or... I thought I could just straight fall down there. That's my bad. Either prioritize the turkeys or sacrifice Monty. Doing both, if they're not convenient, takes a little too much time. Oh my god. I'll never not just run into the pot as soon as I throw it. Anyway, I'm feeling good. More than anything else, I've definitely, like, I have eliminated from my mind the mental poison of thinking that getting hit once means that you're just done, you know? I will say, there's a few other things I could eliminate from my mind. Like, there's definitely no reason for me to be as aggressive to enemies that are not guarding treasure as I am. Like, I'm just constant, like, no matter what, when I see an enemy, I'm like, it's on sight. I will be taking you out. And there's really no reason for that in a lot of circumstances. I will use a bomb here. I want that. I mean, 5 grand this early is pretty sick. We're at 15 grand. We're only going to be at 3 HP, but that's okay. So I do not respect the teleporter. I do respect the compass. I do respect the skeleton key. And if we can get the money, which is not as convenient as I would have liked, but if we can get the money, the Matic pays for itself pretty quickly. Okay, we're gonna get the heck out of town forever and not concern ourselves with very minor stuff. Like that scorpion. Like, I would love to, if we got paste, for example, then I would love to go to that altar. Without the altar, technically possible, but it costs us minimum 1 bomb to get Monty. It costs us minimum 2 bombs to get to the altar, or we could kill the shopkeeper and Matic through. I know it's a new era. I actually just don't think it's worth killing the shopkeeper to get the first Monty sacrifice. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in my newfound philosophy. And if you disagree, honestly, a month ago I would have agreed with you. I would have been like, why wouldn't you murder the shopkeeper? But now I'm like, dude, one of the most valuable... Here's a good way to think about it. Like, let's multiply the situation by -1. If all shopkeepers were angry... pardon me. If all shopkeepers were angry with you by default in this game, how much would it be worth for you to make them happy? For you to not have to deal with them every floor? It'd be worth a lot. Hold on. It'd be worth a lot, right? What? That's not gonna do anything. Just chill. We got plenty of time. It might be worth... How much would you pay for it? 40 grand? 50 grand? In order to get, like, a shopkeeper certificate of forgiveness? I think it could easily be worth that. So let's not do it just to get 1 level of Monty sacrifice. Now, to be fair, I might pay 50 grand for the Kapala as well, but I'm betting on getting the Kapala later, too. Okay, ropes are nice. Nothing wrong with that. Plenty of money, especially considering we bought on this floor. We're going to be at 30 grand, which is kind of ridiculous. Let me caffeinate a little here. HP is a sore spot. The thing is, you know, 3 HP is great, but 1 arrow trap makes it not great. We'd really prefer, especially because, like, on the jungle, sometimes I go through, you know, moments where I just take 3 damage, embarrassingly enough. So, obviously, we want a little bit more. Don't have to be a brain scientist or a rocket surgeon to understand. I'd probably like to be a little bit higher than that, but for now, it's totally fine. 33 grand. We're going. Yeah, so I would be lying if I said I did my due diligence there. Even as I was falling, I was like, this seems bad. 2 HP is, it's a dangerous game we're playing. That's okay, we got everything you're supposed to get down here. We have an easy Monty. We'll absolutely buy spike shoes. If you think I'm paying 6 grand for a hired help, you've actually completely lost your mind. There are situations where I would pay 6 grand to have a hired help, like, removed from my care. So financially, we're basically breaking even on this floor. We're plus 2,900. Spike shoes are a very good get. I mean, spike shoes is like we just got bombs. Gotta check. Ghost pot. There's always a temptation there. Monty would be more valuable. And we are going to go to the black market here. Monty would be more valuable, or at least it's our intention to go to the black market. That was a little dangerous. But, for now, we don't know where Monty is. You know... Anything? It's a little gold. I'm not willing to go up there for 1 gold bar. It's not laziness, it's diligence. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm a little upset. There we go. Just be careful, because, like... You don't want to whip the supports that are holding the ghost pod in place. We do want to jump on this guy. If we could just get him to come back. If you could just come back this way, sir. There you go. I knew the whip would get his attention. Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this very much. I think if he jumps, I could get smushed into the ceiling. But I like that. Come on. Like, do we have to go through... Why belabor the point every time? It's getting... Honestly, you just look petty at this point. There we go. Well worth killing, for the record. So Monty is down on this side. You know what? I'm gonna... The problem is we probably can't platform our way back up here. So do we choose Monty or the ghost pod? I think we choose the ghost pod because it's on the path that gives us a greater yield. In my opinion, okay? I said in my opinion. If there's anything that grade school taught us falsely, if something is your opinion, you legally cannot say that it's wrong. Even if it is ignorant of fact. Now look, I don't make the rules, okay? We will spend 1 bomb, and we failed miserably. The lesson is never try. It's okay. We should have gotten that, but that's alright. In the whole scheme of things, that's alright. We're looking at, what, 50 grand? And here we go. Real Kapala status. That was one of the biggest whiffs I've ever seen. That was like famous baseball player not hitting the baseball. I mean, come on, man. Don't you get paid to hit the baseball? Like, how hard could it be to find a baseball player that just knows how to, I was gonna say kick. That would have been too real. What I mean is, knows how to hit it. Like, surely if you, like, just, I don't know, get some sports psychologists or something. This is a reference to Twitch culture. If you're not familiar with Twitch culture, you might be a little confused. That's okay. Be confused. It's better that way, I promise. What the heck happened down here? Paste. You love it? You love to see it? Things you love to see? It? In theory, that's a very, very sneaky bear trap. In theory, it should be plausible to get the Kapala on this floor. You actually ate my paste with the bear trap, huh? Where's the guy in the comments of every Spelunky content that goes like, well, you should have seen that one coming? That's a bit of a Derek moment. I'm not saying it's impossible to have foreseen it. I'm merely suggesting that it's an understandable mistake. Not that it is impossible to have played around it, but more so just like somewhat unlikely. Okay, that was very spicy. Close. There we go. So we do have a turkey lord. I think given the circumstances, you're gonna knock him onto the spikes. It's the only way through that situation. I don't think we care about the ghost pot enough to spend resources on it. I think given our HP, the next best play for us... D-pad sensitivity kind of got me on that one. I mean, it's genuinely my fault, but I kind of biffed it. That was an error of execution, not an error of judgment. I've been saying this in Rocket League. I'm very forgiving of my... I'm not the greatest Rocket League player to begin with, right? But, you know, so I'm not the arbiter. I'm not Judge Judy and executioner. However, I'm very forgiving of errors in execution. If you have a good idea, but do it badly, as my teammate, I say, you know what? You tried. If you refuse... That was so dumb. If you refuse to be a team player, and, like, even if you're above average at execution, if we lose because we can't work together because you're a ball chaser, then I'd much rather have a worse player who's a better team player. Now, it's like the opposite of how I feel about video games. Which just goes to show you, you know, people are complicated. For video games, I'm always like, I would much rather an okay idea be done with competence than a completely novel idea be insanely messy. But it depends what you're into. It depends what you're into. But yeah, I'll always be at least a little bit more forgiving of a judgment error. Oh, and again, I have to tell you, that was an error of execution. Pun intended, I suppose. We almost just died again. That's very nice. So you might be saying don't sacrifice Monty because, you know, gonna be a little light on the HP front. You still, if you can get to Kapala, it solves all your problems. All your problems. Cape is also beautiful. I mean, in theory, Cape could save us a rope immediately. It won't. It won't. But it could have. I guess you could break the stuff from underneath and then, whatever. It doesn't matter. I was about to come up with a novel strategy in Spelunky, and I was like, whatever. Anyway, what am I talking about? It doesn't really matter that much right now. Let's just focus on, you know, forget the banter temporarily. Just focus on survival. It is amazing to me, like, I don't know if it's just like a difference of opinion or whatever, but like, and I get that everybody, like, I've been the bad Rocket League teammate for sure. Rarely, in my opinion, is it because, like, oh, you know, you're just, like, not a good team player. Usually, it's like, I tried to hit the ball and failed, which is equally embarrassing, but, you know, it's amazing to me how many people in Rocket League just, like, don't at all try to be team players. Like, why don't you just play solos, then? If your flow chart in Rocket League is just, no matter what, hit the ball... Like, even if my teammate's closer, I'm gonna hit the ball. We don't want any of this, I think. Freeze Ray is, like, it's close. Because it helps us kill Quill back easily, but... Why not just play solos, you know? That's why they put solos in the game. You don't have to be saddled with bad teammates. Just play the solo game. So, Yang, I'm very sorry to have to do this. And I guess have to is a bit of a misnomer. I'm not even going to try to save bombs, because I think that's kind of BM here. I'm going to just take the early HP, because I feel like we need it. So, I mean, I've played, you know, like, squad-based first-person shooters before. I get how it goes. We should definitely try to purchase, Like, Monty's kind of whatever here. No offense, Monty. But the rock dog... You know what? I think I'm gonna buy just so I can get the discount. The rock dog is like buying HP as well as a dog that shoots fire. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. Anyway, like I said, I'm just surprised by how many people like literally don't even make an attempt to be a team player. They're just like, I'm gonna do this, and if you don't change your game plan to match me, then screw you. Like, you don't like winning? Or, I mean, maybe the real answer is you might just not know how to talk to people. But I'll tell you, like, you ever hear the expression, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar? 2 people compromising will always do better than 1 good gamer and 2 egos clashing. That's not really a pithy statement. It didn't really come together the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. You think Monty made it to the exit, dude? No, he's right there. That's okay. So after this floor, I'm gonna just quickly check on this baby situation. I expect it to be fine, you know, but we'll check. As you may hear some warbling, some wah, if you will. I'm very content with this. This is a much better setup than I think we could have anticipated, given our earlier situation. All right, one moment, please. Just gotta Alt-Tab. All right, we are back. Remember when we used to not have a pause button in OBS? I'll just say it. Those were not the days. Life would be a lot harder, especially with the newborn, if there was no OBS pause button. So we bought the Matic. I think, you know, you don't need to be a genius to understand why. Not really sweating the HP too much. Should be fairly easy to for us, I should say, to get the Matic to pay for itself. At the same time, we're not really looking for the Matic to pay for itself. We're looking for it to do like way better than expected. So I have to level with you. The Rock Dog is good, but killing Quillback with the Rock Dog is gonna be spicy. So I would much rather just throw things at Quillback, or even just kind of like I think we might just want to throw a bomb at Quillback, to be honest with you. We are gonna have to prioritize. Like that's where I get myself into trouble, is when I don't prioritize. I think, here's what I'm thinking. Let's go fast. I want, we have the Matic. At the end of the day, I don't have to... Go ahead, go ahead. At the end of the day, I don't have to open up the black market path. I could always bomb my way through. Or I could just ignore... You know what? Time is a flat circle. How do you feel about that? Here's how... To be honest with you, we could take the Rock Dog now. We would just have... Or we could just use a bomb and do it. I don't know, man. Hear me out. Or we could just use the Matic. Okay, hold on. Now we're coming up with something. I know I've died on the path that, like, normally would mean we're gonna go to Volcana. But on the other hand, I don't like going to Volcana. So... maybe we should not hit the Rock Dog. But I'll tell you what... Ooh, jeez Louise. We got a little time. Not a lot of time, but we got a little time. We're gonna come this way. And this way. We don't need the Matic anymore. By the way, in case you're one of the many people wondering, what is this door? I believe this is like a shortcut door. Okay, we need to go a little bit faster. But I am gonna go to the volcano. Or, the black market, I mean. Sorry to get your hopes up. Just like... okay, well, I'm actually dead. So that was a fun run. Not a great day for Spelunky 2, but I'll see you tomorrow with a better one. See ya!